let's now continue with the next session. We have pre-placement talk by NetApp. I would like to call Ms. Cheryl George and Ms. Karishma Bora onto the stage to begin with the pre-placement talk.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, thumbs up, anything? Are you guys sleepy after lunch? That's also not the goodies. Are you guys sleepy?
Can you just keep it?
Yes, no?
No. Just keep
yes?
it in case you're.
Do you want to take a nap, 5 minutes? Come on, louder. IIT Guwahati has this much noise. I don't think so if there's an event, if there's a concert. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Louder? Yes. Awesome, great. Okay, and are you guys done registering yourself? Done? Okay, great, thank you for that. You ready? All right, first of all, thank you so much for making time. We are excited. I have my colleague with me. You have heard from her a little bit, and she will be talking in detail on what we do. But really excited to talk to a bunch of these talented students. And as a part of NetApp, we thrive in innovation and collaboration. Okay, so hence we are proud to be a leader and at the forefront of data management and cloud solutions. So today we're going to touch few topics that will showcase opportunities within NetApp, how our culture is, and what is the cutting edge work that we are doing. And as we wrap up this session, I will be hopeful about it, that as you plan your next step, next goal, we will be able to share some insightful information that you can utilize to achieve your next goal with us. All right, all set? Okay, great. Okay, just a quick introduction. My name is Karishma. Again, I'm native to Assam, so pretty glad to be back in Guwahati. I am a talent acquisition partner at NetApp. I head talent acquisition for early in career space across Asia Pacific region, of course involving India as the biggest entity. Now when I say early in career, I mean I intend and I focus my work on those specific people who are within the experience range of 0 to 3 years, sometimes 4 and 5 as well, plus career restarters. For example, some of you might have had experience in bachelor's, took a break, did your master's or doing your master's and will go for job again, right? So people like that, at the same time women returning to their career, at the same time military veterans is something, a domain that I look forward to and I work as well, all right? And at the same time, we have something called gigs at NetApp. Does anybody know what gigs mean? Yes, no? Come on, say no if you don't know, it's fine. No, okay. So gigs are temporary projects that we do at NetApp where you as a full-time employee can take part to understand your interest or see if you want to explore any other field, probably within engineering, probably within other domain, maybe move from engineering to IT, but that is apart from your usual work. And this is something that we give as an internal opportunity. We'll talk more about it. So I handle gigs for APAC. And I also handle the internal marketplace, and I'm involved in outreach branding, talent acquisition branding, basically. What I'm doing here right now, talking to you, is also in a way I'm trying to represent my company. So that's what I do. With me, I have Cheryl George. She is the Senior Product Manager at NetApp. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. So I've been at NetApp over 12 years now. I used to be completely in product management, meaning I was a technical marketing engineer. Now I'm a product manager, so completely interacting with customers to understand what problems they're trying to solve. And then we build solutions around their requirements. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. So all right, giving a glimpse of the agenda for the upcoming minutes. So we're going to tell you what NetApp does, as I said, what opportunities we have. We're going to talk a little bit about our early in career programs. The reason why we are talking to you about early in career programs because you are the early in career community, right? You are in that first few years of your life where you are just entering the corporate or may have entered the corporate but just had few years of experience. So how we're going to help you develop professionally, that's what we're going to talk about. And then yes, we're going to have a formal Q&A session, but we completely want this to be two-way interaction. Any question, I'm in talent acquisition. If you face any difficulties or are facing difficulty while searching for a job, any question is welcome. And take the advantage of this opportunity to ask those questions and get your queries cleared. All good? Say yes or no. Yes? I didn't hear it. Awesome. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, so with this, I'm handing it over to Cheryl. She will talk about our product portfolio. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. We have placement coordinators here. We'd be happy to take your questions. Go ahead.
Thank you, Karishma. All right, so before I start, okay, I'm going to do a centering exercise with you because this is what I normally do before I present at customer sites or conferences that we have, okay? So what does centering mean? Like, close your eyes for a quick second, all right? You will realize that you have so many thoughts coming to your mind, you cannot sit idle, right? So I'm going to teach you centering. That's called box breathing, okay? So anyone knows what box breathing is? Show of hands. Okay. So look at this screen, you see a rectangle, right? So I'm going to count a few seconds. So let's start on the left bottom. So when I count 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left bottom and go upwards, for 4 seconds you need to inhale, and then on the top, from top left to top right, right? I'm going to ask you to exhale. So you can see it's a rectangle, right? So your exhale is going to be longer, which means I'm going to count till 8 seconds. Following? Then 4 seconds, 8 seconds. Clear? Any questions? Ready? Close your eyes. If you want to, you can leave it open. Your choice, okay? Ready? Start. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do this one more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool? All right. Now, why did I do this? Anyone wants to answer why I asked you to do this? Okay, so the first time I asked you to do it, right, you'll inhale 4 seconds, and by the time I'm at the 4th second, you've already exhaled, right? How many of you all noticed that? Then the next time I did it, you became more intentional. You were able to exhale for 8 seconds and hold your breath at least for 8 seconds, right? This is called a centering exercise, and this is something I want you to remember for life, because the next time you're on a stage like this, everyone has butterflies, right? Who has done a presentation without stress? Raise your hand. No one, right? So I want you to be intentional about this. Even if you face stress at work or in college or whatever, be mindful of how your breathing is to control your overwhelming emotions, okay? Because the moment you do this centering exercise and then close your eyes, what you'll notice is there's slow stillness coming in your mind, all right? Did that happen or not? Or am I just bluffing here saying hocus pocus, right? Cool? So I want you to remember this for the rest of your life, because you will be stressed, you will be overwhelmed right now and in the future. I want you to be able to control your situation and get a hold of yourself, okay? Cool. So thank you for your time on that. I am from NetApp. So my first trick question is, who knows what NetApp does? Okay, I will give you a goodie if you answer what NetApp is. Raise your hand. No one's motivated? Really, guys? Okay, lesson number 1. Whenever you show up for something like this, or you're in a Zoom meeting with anybody in the future, right? Never walk away foregoing an opportunity to ask a question. Is there a lesson learned? Right? What does NetApp do? Okay, I'm already giving him a goodie. Can you just please help me with that? Okay, what does NetApp do? Just wing it, guys. Just say whatever. We're into grocery shopping. Okay, what I couldn't hear, if you could pass a mic also, it'll be great because it's funny.
It is a company that provides services related to data storage and cloud storage.
Okay, excellent, you earned it. All right. Some more trivia questions. Thank you for your answer. Where is our headquarters? Perfect, goodie for him who raised the hand. Because it takes guts to raise your hand, okay? To him, the pink sweatshirt. Not the pink shirt, sorry. Okay, next question. Which is the next biggest headquarters for R&D for NetApp? Raise your hand, answer the question. Guys, goodies coming your way. I mean, I don't know how else to motivate you all. White t-shirt. Bangalore? Yes, exactly. So you need to be aware when you're interviewing for companies, right? You need to know where the headquarters is because you all are from engineering, you all are from MBAs, right? You need to know where the headquarters is. Why is that important, especially R&D? Why is that important? Oh, we only care about the salary. No one cares about what kind of work you do, right? Wrong? Why is that important? So, Bangalore is the biggest R&D center for NetApp because most of the engineering work happens out of Bangalore. Why is that motivational to you all? How does it matter? I just get the salary, it's good enough, right? Guys, seriously, it's the lunch or I'm putting you to sleep. What is it? Oh, goodies, just answer the questions. Yeah, hand there. Okay, okay, goodie there, please. Help me distribute, no? Yes, someone just help, just distribute. Look, I have more than necessary, so if you want to answer, please do get a goodie, otherwise it's fine. All right? Okay. All right, so some details. So I'm going to jump into technology. This is like hardcore of what we do, okay? So look at the graph, okay? All right, the first one is, look in 2002, look at what happened with storage. Like I told in the morning, right, we were dealing with huge data silos. What do I mean by data silos? Anyone? Yes. That is exponential growth, but what do I mean by silos? Okay, all right. So silos means, for example, if I have an application that's generating data, for example, okay, let's take Facebook now or Instagram where you're at. What do you do on Instagram? Anyone? What, sorry? Stories, okay, fine. Photos, I'm sure you do photos, right? Reels, whatever, right? There is an exponential growth of data because there's a huge influence from social media. So can you educate me, what are the social medias you folks are using? What, I can't hear? Look, I'm on Facebook, okay, so I'm outdated. So please tell me what you all are up to. Facebook, goodie for him, you're my pal. Okay, distribute to him, please. What else? Twitter, Reddit, okay, goodie for her too. But is that really fun, Twitter and Reddit? I mean, seriously, you guys are dull. Goodie for her, green shirt. Okay, so, who? Who, what? Bumble, did I hear that? Best goodie for him, please. Okay, all right, so what is happening is there are pockets of data being generated all over the place, all right? So you could have photos that you're uploading, but probably your office colleagues don't know because they're not connected, okay? So you see the data silos where if I want to upload that same image, now I have to go to another app and upload it again so that it's available. Okay, what I'm trying to get to is if you're in the corporate, say you use a laptop or in Microsoft or Apple, you see how connected everything is? What do I mean by connected? Give me an example on your iPhone, on your whatever phone. There is ecosystem connection happening by all these vendors. What do I mean by that? Exactly. Like I could be on Teams, I'll upload a picture of my profile, but the same picture will come in Office 365 if I go to collaboration on SharePoint. It's all over the place. So what you're learning is there's no data duplication that's happening. There's one image being somehow interlocked, intertwined, and being replicated somewhere, right? So interconnectedness for applications is becoming very important. Why? Because then you're not duplicating and having two images of the same thing, right? So then we went into data consolidation, right? From data silos of multiple copies to data consolidation of having one copy, all right? Then what happened is people thought the investment of on-prem is too high. What do I mean by on-prem? Raise hand, please, whoever's answering. Oh, who answered? I heard someone. Oh. Yes, what is on-premises? This sing-song everybody can do? Yes. Okay, yes, yes, okay. So it's like a private system of server, network, and storage that you need to invest in so that you have your enterprise applications functioning, all right? But what happened is people figured that my capex of investing in that private system is becoming too high. Then came along AWS, which is your hyperscaler, where they said, oh, you know what, you don't worry about the headache of managing your system. I will offload it, I will handle this thing. Okay, so flexibility of spinning up systems and spinning it down when you don't need, that was a big boon for IT, all right? Because if I as a company like Big Basket, I'm only into grocery, before I had to invest in this IT system and then manage it, it was too much overhead. Now companies have the flexibility to only manage their core business, which is grocery shopping, while my cloud will managing the app and the website and all of that. Does that make sense? Who are my other cloud vendors? Raise your hand. Yes, red t-shirt. What is it called? I didn't hear. Okay, perfect. Third one, goodie for him, please. Goodie for him, whoever is distributing, please. Google Cloud, perfect. So these are the three main hyperscaler vendors, which is AWS. What does AWS stand for? Perfect, okay. Azure and Google Cloud, all right. You need to know this because all the cloud native apps are happening in the cloud, and we as NetApp need to cater to move the data to all these cloud apps that are going on. You would have experienced it as well, right? Okay, so not just one hyperscaler, then customers started asking, saying, I want the flexibility to use whichever cloud I want. I want some to sit in Azure, some to sit in GCP, some to sit in Azure or whatever, right? So then the story of multi-hybrid clouds came up. What do I mean by hybrid cloud? Anyone? Yeah, exactly. So, so when I say private, right, one is we have to distinguish between on-premises and a private cloud. The difference is private cloud is like an cloud-like experience, but it's very private to the company, right? I'll give you an example. For example, if you take SBI, my KYCs might sit completely in the cloud because it might not be so secure, but I'll have my financial transactions happening either on premises or on my private cloud. Does that make sense? So it depends on which servers you're trying to put where. I'll put some in the public cloud, I'll put some in the private cloud, I'll put some on premises, okay? Right. Now, with all the proliferation of data sitting on-prem, private cloud, public cloud, it became difficult for people to manage all this data, right? One, I created this single pane of glass to protect data or give me insights as to where this data resides, right? Now we've moved into an era of intelligence to the data. What does that mean? Give me an example of how your apps have become more intelligent. Who? What? Please raise your hand because I have no idea where the sound is coming from. Machine learning? Tell me more. Raise your hand, okay? Okay, okay. Like, give me an example where you're seeing this intelligence coming about. Okay. Okay. Forecasting what? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So, same problem is what NetApp is trying to solve. I see your hand going up. Excellent, yes, yes. Okay. All that is intelligence being added, right? So, similar problem NetApp is trying to solve as well, where our customers have data all over the place. I need intelligence to be added. And intelligence, I don't mean machine learning in all contexts. Intelligence via recommendations. I see some data not protected. I see some publicly available private information like classification. I need all this information so that the storage admins know what data resides where, who is consuming that data, what permissions do I need. All of that is useful information for the enterprise. Okay? So we have now become the intelligent data infrastructure company because our customers yearn for this intelligence, not just dumb data sitting everywhere which is useless to people. So imagine your Oracle application goes down. Your storage admin is always panicking, loses the job because you don't know what data went down, where it resides. All that is a headache. So a lot of money is involved, your business goes down, productivity goes down. So it's important that your storage admins know this information. Okay? All right. So these are the three key operational areas for NetApp. So you see in purple, any data, any place. What does that mean? So I am giving you the flexibility. You just generate the data. You can decide where the endpoint of the data is. It can be whether on premises, you buy our storage systems. You want to provision in the cloud, feel free. Just go to cloud.netapp.com. You can provision the storage, or you put in your private cloud. We give you that flexibility. Okay? Active data management. Compliance is becoming a big thing. Give me an example of compliance. Is someone answering? GDPR, exactly. EU compliance, all that is important. You have to just come and grab your goodie. I don't even know who is distributing, okay? Please. There she is. All right? So why is it important? What does compliance mean? So for example, if I send an email right now, if you send an email from Gmail, all right? And say tomorrow you say, oh, I shouldn't have emailed my girlfriend that, let me delete it, right? What happens? It's deleted from your inbox. Is it deleted from her inbox? Right. And another thing is, every company dictates that your emails need to be retained for 7 years at least. I'm giving an example. Why do I need to maintain that? So say for example, I become a rogue NetApp person where I spam my HR saying my manager did random things, he was unjust to me or whatever, right? So when there is an HR case that gets spun up in corporate, they need to look at my old email to figure out what were my behaviors, what were my manager's behaviors. So they have to maintain as part of this legal compliance your emails for 7 years, even after you leave the company. Okay, this is just one example. So any data that you generate has to be archived and maintained so that it's retrievable a few years later as well. Okay, compliance is very important. Sustainability, very randomly thrown around word now, right? What is sustainability? Raise your hand. Yes. Exactly. Where is my favorite person? Thank you. All right. So what does NetApp have to do in the sustainability context? For example, before my systems were so big, like just visualize this. An investment of a storage system from us is about $250,000, okay? Which means if you buy a storage system from us, you will get shipped those bigger than podium kind of hardware system, which means you need a data center to host it. You need power cooling to ensure your storage system is cooled. You need AC, so all of that is what? Energy consumption, right? Does that make sense? So now I'm giving you efficient storage, which is consuming less energy, which is power consuming less, which is requiring lesser cooling. So all that is a way I'm contributing to the environment. So every company runs something called an ESG program. You have to go through that framework to qualify, saying, okay, power consumption less than 25%, you're green, or cooling, you're less than 10%, you're green. So they have to give you that approval so that you're actually proving that you're sustainable for the future. Okay, you have to look up ESG and educate yourself what I mean by ESG. Anyone who knows what ESG is? Okay, research point, action item for you all, okay? Adaptive operations, what I mean by that is, spinning up resources in the cloud is expensive, right? Has anyone spun up an EC2 instance in AWS? Anyone? Okay, what are the challenges with that? Scaling, okay, wow, high five words, okay. I'll tell you what happened to me. I spun up an EC2 instance. 1 week from now, I got a bill of 102 rupees. I'm like, what is this? I don't even know that an EC2 system is running. I didn't even know, right? Same problem companies face as well. You let it run, you have EBS storage provisioned, you're paying for everything you consume, whether you know or not, right? So cloud ops is something we operate in, which is cloud optimization. I have tools that give you saying, okay, for this kind of workload activity, I think an EC2 instance with this specific characteristics makes sense, which is cheaper as opposed to you investing in a high paying, high performance optimized, whatever those high 5 words are, right? So you don't spin up the highest payment of system, you optimize your payments and use the system which is more appropriate to that workload. Does that make sense? Okay, so those are things. Move next. Okay, so this is the crux of what we do, all right? What is NetApp's operating system called? Okay, what is Microsoft's operating system called? Yeah, so what is NetApp's operating system called? Okay, no trick question, it's right on the slide. Anyone who can read and tell me? Perfect. Gifts for everyone, okay? I don't even know if it's there, but yes. So ONTAP is a one storage operating system that works across all your requirements, okay? So whether you have it in the private cloud, whether you have it in the on-premises, or whether it's a public cloud, it's the same underlying operating system, all right? So to explain, say you as an enterprise can have any workload, like name some of the workloads. SAP, what is K8s? Trick question, anyone? Who answered that? You, okay, I already gave you, thank you. Kubernetes, this is the biggest hype happening now. What is Kubernetes, anyone? Okay, no one knows what Kubernetes is. Neither do I, so do your research, all right? So what is happening is, you can have any application happening in your enterprise, generating tons of data. I am giving you protocols that we support on the storage system. What do we mean by file, block, S3, anyone? So essentially these are NAS, SAN, object store. You have to be familiar with these terms, especially if you're going to apply at NetApp, okay? So do your research. So we give you one operating system that hosts myriad protocols on one storage system. See, if you look at our competitors, if you have NAS workloads, you'll have to buy X system from them. If you have object store, you need to buy Y system from them, which means you're spending 250K, another 250K, so it's expensive. So what NetApp does is, I give you one unified architecture that supports myriad applications, all right? The next one is NVIDIA and AI. Anyone read the news about what we did there? What is AI? Okay, AI, artificial intelligence. What does that mean? Give me an example of things happening to you right now. Yes? Okay, cool. So everyone has a smartwatch now, counting steps. That's your IoT device, for example, okay? What your smartwatch is doing is it hosting a lot of data on your smartwatch? No. What will happen is, you will have an app on your phone that your smartwatch connects to, right? So what's happening there is, from your IoT, it is going to your core, which is on your phone, And when there's internet connectivity, your phone is sending data to the cloud, all right? So what is happening right now is, tomorrow when you wake up, you rested for 8 hours, you walked 10,000 steps, you are in the 5 percentile of people who have walked 10,000 steps. What is happening there? So I'm basically giving you analytics, because all your smartwatches connect to the phone, all your phones connect to my cloud, and I'm doing this aggregation of all the analytics and then giving you that report. Okay? And then I'll give you recommendations. Oh, you have to sleep better tomorrow because you're not resting at all, right? So all this is based on all the learning that I've done. That's essentially what AI does. So what we have done is, we've partnered with NVIDIA, NetApp. We are primarily into storage. NVIDIA has high-end GPUs. What are GPUs? Anyone who plays games? Yeah, exactly. So, perfect. Are we, distribute please, help. Okay. So, GPUs is NVIDIA's USP, all right. So, rather than we reinventing, building GPUs, we've just partnered with NVIDIA, who's giving us their GPU. So, we have a system called AI Pod, the NetApp AI Pod. So, we partnered to create that. Essentially what that does is, if I have an oil and gas customer, where do these oil and gas refineries and all of that, it's in the middle of the ocean, right? That's my IoT device, okay? That will send data to my core, and then the core is sending to the AI pod that does the maximum processing of this data to give you analytics in return, all right? So that's the AI pod solution. Then, like I said, any storage environment, you can be on-prem, in your private cloud, public cloud, we cater to all these requirements. So you as a customer, if you come into NetApp, you don't need to buy us for X purpose and someone else for Y purpose. We're just trying to cater to all your requirements so that you're in one ecosystem, just like Apple, right? It's like you sold your soul to the devil. Once you're in, you can't get out, right? So that's exactly what we're trying to do as well, okay? Next. Okay, so again, more details. Unified storage, whether you want SAN, NAS, object store, whether you want integrated data services. When I say data services, we're not a services company. What we're trying to do is give you capabilities like protection, security, migration, whatever are those requirements, right? So that's what integrated services look like. Cloud ops is cloud optimizations and solutions around that, okay? All right, so to summarize, this is all that we do, okay? One is be the silo buster. I don't want you to get one storage system for SAN, another one for NAS. I'm giving you one unified architecture. Be the budget hero, meaning I want to optimize all your operations, whether it's on-prem, in the cloud, give you reports saying this is a better, efficient solution to use as opposed to Y, okay? Then sustainability champion, look up what ESG is because it is important. When you apply to a company, they better be abiding by ESG, okay? So do your research on that. Business defender, it's all about if my business goes down, am I protecting? Everyone's hearing about ransomware, right? What's ransomware? Just one dude sitting in the cloud, entering your system, copying data, encrypting data, that's ransomware, okay? So everyone's protecting against ransomware. We are giving you protection mechanisms so that you're informed if some malicious activity is going on, and then if your system goes down, help you recover that as well, okay? Last 2 points, AI innovator, I already spoke about this, and application agility. What I mean by that is, see, if you look at enterprise applications, you have Oracle applications, then you have CRM applications, then you have SQL databases, you have MongoDB, right? There are myriad applications. Now, I as a NetApp storage vendor, I should have plugins and capabilities that recognize saying, okay, this workload you've stored on my volume, okay, it looks like an Oracle workload. These are my suggestions on the protection policies so that you're ensuring your Oracle application is protected as needed. So that kind of cognizance to what kind of applications you have, educating you there and giving you intelligence is what we're focusing on as well. Okay, I just breezed through my slides. I'm assuming you all got what NetApp does. What's the operating system of NetApp? Oh, you guys are all winners. I am done. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your time, folks. I'll give it back to her. Karishma, thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. All right, if you have any questions, spark it. I mean, we will have some time for the questions as well. Just moving into early in career programs, again, she has covered the tech part, but we also want you to understand and also showcase what we have in terms of your professional growth, because at NetApp, we want to create an environment where not only you can develop your tech skills or your any other relevant skills, but at the same time, you're growing professionally well as well. So as you can see in the screen, on the left side, these are the values of NetApp. Reason why we are displaying it to you right now is because we may have you working perfectly all day and night. You are earning well, but if you're not living one of our values, these are very simple values. You live all your life throughout this, but you never realize it. But once you enter corporate, you need to be abide by all the values listed here, because if you're working well, earning well, but if you're not abiding by it, sorry boss, we may not be the place that you want to work at, right? So as you can see, I would just want to briefly cover it. First is putting the customer at the center. Can anybody tell me what does it mean? You in the green t-shirt, I'll pick up since you guys are so silent. Yeah, what is your idea when I say putting the customer at the center? Anything? Absolutely, doing what they want. So by putting the customer at the center, we mean that be their trustable, indispensable partner and ally. Like data and AI is like disrupting and impacting the market crazily, right? So we as NetApp, we want to ensure that our customers, our partners and our employees are rising enough, growing enough, upskilling enough to meet this transformative event. So be in their shoes and understand what they want. Second is care for each other in our communities. Pretty simple. Anybody? I'm going to pick up. Okay, you, the one with the specs. What do you mean? What do you understand when I say care for each other and communities? Louder. Isn't there any mic? Play coordinators. Nice. Or you can speak loudly.
Be a good listener and speak. Be a good listener there and be present there.
Awesome.
And communicate with.
Apt. Awesome. So by care for each other in our communities, we mean that be an active listener, great point, and at the same time be humble, right? When you start, chase your passion is what we say, do not chase after paycheck. That's the only thing we can say. But yes, don't chase a passion so hard that you're eating Maggie forever. So you got to balance it out. Am I clear? Say yes, no, anything? Okay, great. And third comes build belonging every day. Again, pretty similar to the first one, but by build belonging every day, we want to make sure that our fellow peers, they can hear, make a room that they can be heard, right? Where they can make themselves visible in front of others as well. So with you, you also need to take your team along. So that's what we mean by build belonging every day. Then comes embracing a growth mindset. Pretty fancy term, growth mindset, achievement mindset is what we hear in the market today. What do you mean by that? Okay, the guy, fourth, looks like a teacher right now picking up. The specs, sorry?
Be better than yesterday, or a few months back you were.
Be better than yesterday and?
Like keep growing, like every day you wake up and feel like I want to be better than what I was yesterday. That mindset.
Okay, okay. Anybody else want to give it a try? Yes. Correct.
Yes, yes.
Right. So be in it to win it is the game here, right? Invest in yourself and try to be the better version is what growth mindset means. Now, can somebody tell me what is achievement mindset? What's the difference? Difference between growth and achievement. Anybody? Yeah. Feel competitive? Okay, and that's achievement mindset or a growth mindset? Maybe both. Okay, works. It kinds of run parallelly, right? So growth is more on when you try to be a better version of yourself, as she said, educate yourself. Achievement is when you know that you have a goal, right? I mean, you can keep growing, but where are you going ahead? You need to have a direction. So it's interdependent, it's interlinked. So you need to figure out that as you move or enter the corporate now. Then comes think and act as owners. Now I'm going to give you a very basic and a very simple case study. For example, you enter the corporate, you become a senior, you are in the industry for say 4 years, 5 years. Now there is a junior who has joined in the same role, but you are a senior there, right? Now the manager expects you to give a KT. KT means knowledge transfer, right? Now how do you do it? Can somebody tell me that? Hypothetical, anybody? Come on, somebody pick up your hand. What do you do? What's the first instance that comes to your mind? And what is the workflow that will create? Pink shirt, pink t-shirt, shirt, whatever. You. Give him a mic, please. It's just an exercise. You can come up with anything. Meanwhile, you think, I can pick anyone of you.
Like the first thing we can think of is what we did when we were in that position
Correct.
as the newcomer.
Correct. Okay, so for example, you taught the person whatever you did, and then what you do? Maybe you gave the lesson learning for a week, and then? Anybody else want to try?
What difficulties we faced while learning that?
Correct, you give your experiences and learning, and then? So you did your session, you gave them experience learning, you told them that this works like that, this person is bad, this person is not good, stay away from this person, everything. But then what? Who said that? Give her a goodie. That's what? Follow up, monitoring the progress. That's what make you think and act like owners. You need to bring your A game, you need to bring your accountability. If somebody is asking you to help somebody, you need to make sure that you have done the job well. Same goes in the tech side as well, right? You have deployed it, but what happens after that? You can't stay away from it. If that doesn't go wrong, if that doesn't go well, you're screwed, right? So that's what. So thinking and acting as owners is something we take, and we take every value seriously, but thinking and act as owners is something that you need to live every day while you are at NetApp and in your future career as well. Okay. Okay, before we move ahead, I mean, we just have just 1 or 2 more slides. We are wrapping it up. I just want you guys to see what our own interns and employees speak about life at NetApp. We have an Instagram channel, Life at NetApp. If you are not following, please go ahead. You get to see some cool and fun stuff related to tech side as well as how our lifestyle is. But just have a look.
Our employees are our greatest asset. We take pride in hiring and retaining the best in the industry by fostering a culture that celebrates innovation, growth, and collaboration. Our entry-level employees often say they join NetApp because of our innovative technology, and they stay because of our incredible culture.
At NetApp, one aspect that differentiates us is our unwavering commitment to social causes through video opportunities.
So I had the exceptional opportunity to join the S3 Academy. The S3 Academy offered me mentorship throughout the duration of my career here at NetApp. I had so much fun in the academy. I learned all about NetApp's products and solutions, and I got to meet people from all over the globe, which are now close friends.
What truly set NetApp apart for me was its culture. And during my research and interviews, I discovered that NetApp places a strong emphasis on collaboration, teamwork, and employee development. And NetApp believe in supporting each other, learning from each other, and growing together.
Hiring entry-level talent is a vital part of our strategy for success. Our award-winning global intern, NetApp Emerging Talent, and our S3 Academy programs help entry-level talent unlock their potential with NetApp.
I was lucky enough to be given an opportunity to be a fellow on the Strategy, Innovation, and Acceleration team, part of the professional services organization. The team was very inviting, and they graciously lent any of their free time to develop me and make sure I had a worthwhile fellowship. I had a mentor and buddy through this time frame who now I'll probably consider lifelong friends.
Within our Global Intern Program, immerse yourself in meaningful work that will enhance your professional experience and help hone your skills. You'll have the opportunity to hear from our esteemed senior leaders, meet prospective mentors, and work with a diverse network of NetApp professionals.
My journey at NetApp started as a product management intern, which gave me a platform to not only understand the industry, but the role as well. NetApp played an instrumental role in helping me convert from an intern to a full-time product management role. What sets us apart is our unwavering commitment to continuous development.
For full-time entry-level talent, we offer our Global NetApp Emerging Talent Program and our S3 Academy. We've built a vibrant global community that allows participants to build meaningful relationships, develop growth mindsets, and much more. From day one, your voice will be celebrated and your perspectives valued as we encourage you to fearlessly share your views, challenge norms, and redefine possibilities.
A highlight of the S3 Academy for me was the team building activities organised by the leadership team. We got to attend baseball games, got to take part in some scavenger hunts, and also got to take part in some volunteer events. During my downtime throughout the academy, I got to explore the local area and also visit more of the estates.
So the S3 Academy provided me with a great foundation and I learned a lot. However, I wanted to learn more about cybersecurity. So I found a role here at NetApp where I was able to transition internally. And since then, I've been able to grow my career exponentially. My manager and my team at the time was very supportive and I've learned so much throughout the process.
I'm grateful to be a part of a company that values its employees, their passions, and invests in their success.
Embrace the limitless opportunities that are in front of you as you embark on a transformative journey with NetApp. In our pursuit for excellence, we recognize that entry-level talent is an essential component of our organization, bringing fresh perspectives, innovative ideas, and boundless energy to the table. Together, we'll rise to meet every challenge, seize opportunities, and conquer new horizons. Unleash your potential and let your brilliance shine at NetApp.
All right, 4 key things that I would want to highlight from the video is 1, our NetApp intern program. We have something called NetApp Emerging Talent Program, which basically entails full-time employees. We're going to talk about it. And then S3 Academy. We also have our Engineering Academy launching very soon. And then 4th, you have heard a lady speaking about internal transition. So at NetApp, we take internal mobility, which means moving internally throughout the organization. If you want to work in different products, probably want to change teams for various other reasons, we welcome you to do that. Okay? So this showcases a little glimpse of what we do as a part of our outreach initiatives. And for example, we had one Academia hackathon, which is more to do with the colleges running hackathons, case studies, overnight hackathons. I think we recently did one hackathon here in IIT Guwahati recently as well. Then we do campus visits. Then we have, in terms of diversity, we have an innovation challenge for women all over India where they take part for a 6-month mentorship and they basically try to bring their idea to prototype into full-size life. And then we have been acting as sponsors as well in various IITs, like we had been a cloud sponsor for Kshitij, which is one of the flagship event at IIT Kharagpur. Then one of our job fairs in Singapore, as I mentioned, we also look for after the APAC region. So we also cater to the markets of Australia, Japan, China, Hong Kong, and so others. Then there is one glimpse of the fireside chat with leaders. The reason why we are showing you this is because these are some of the things that you get to do apart from your day-to-day usual work. If you are a person who wants to develop holistically and not only concentrate on your A to B job. Just a quick recap on the intern program. Again, for us, interns are nobody's PA. You get to intern at NetApp for 10 to 12 months. That's the basic internship duration that we have with us, because our pure intention is to convert them. When you're working for 10 to 12 months, that means you're investing your time. We are investing our resources. So our main agenda is to convert you, retain you, and then carry your potential growth ahead. As you can see, as a part of the intern, obviously there is fun and play alongside your work as well. We do a lot of community building activities, a lot of executive speaker series. When the benefit of executive speaker series is that you get to talk to people at executive level like the chief product officer, CEO, or any sort of VPs, the senior levels whom you do not get to interact otherwise, right? So this is just a glimpse of how our intern program looks like. Then something called S3 Academy. So S3 is basically, it stands for Sales, Support, and Services. This is a 2-year professional development program that we have for our new hires, new full-time hires. So what we do is for the first 3 months, we send these hires to US for on-the-job training, where we have our leadership come and train you in a very practical way. It's a classroom simulated training, but more from a practical format. So basically, we hire people in early in career talent who aspire to become the next generation of NetApp leaders. These are some of the roles. that we hire for the S3 Academy, and you by default become a part of the S3 Academy if you fall into any of these roles. Now again, we also hire for different other technology domains, including cloud computing, AI, data science, data analytics, networking and infrastructure, and a lot more. And as I said, we have our engineering academy launching soon, which means that if you join us as an engineer, you automatically get enrolled into that particular engineering program, which is only focused for your professional development and growth, so that you speak the same story when you come out of the training program. This is NetApp Emerging Talent Program. So A, we saw about intern program. B, we saw about S3 Academy. NetApp Emerging Talent Program is basically when you enter as a full-time employee. For the first 2 years, you are enrolled in this program. So as a part of this program, you get to meet leaders. There will be professional development workshops, trainings, your job relevant certifications. For example, if you're working on a cloud-based domain, then you will be doing a lot of certifications which are accredited by NetApp. NetApp has its own learning services platform. So you get to utilize all of those benefits which otherwise you don't get. All right, I think I just brushed through my entire slides, but I just want to pause for a moment before we move ahead and wrap it up. Any questions, because we haven't had any questions so far. Anybody? Is anybody looking for a job right now at the final year of their at the final semester of the year? Let me come here. Or did you, everybody landed in jobs? Good. Okay, let me ask you a question. When you are applying for a job, or when you intend to apply for a job, what is the first thing or the first criteria that you look for? Eligibility criteria, great. What is important for you to join a company? For example, you matched all the eligibilities. Now you got 2-3 offers in your hand. What is your deciding criteria? Salary, okay. Anything else? Work culture, okay. Growth in the company. How do you assess that? You are doing the first interview, right? How do you assess growth in a company? Absolutely. Asking out with people, talking to alumni and figuring out how their growth has been, right? Okay, so as I said, right, you are still in that. Is anybody here who is experienced, like have 4 to 5 years of experience already? No? Okay. So as I said, since you're beginning your, like you're doing your entry to the corporate, right, in few months or a year or 2 years, make sure the company that you are getting into values your position. You should not be a number at the end of the day. Salary, great, and it is one of the primary factors, of course. You need to fund yourself, right, to live somewhere. But your passion has to be clear about, like, you need to be very clear whether it's your passion of doing something or your passion is to pay rent. But as I said again, you always got to balance it out. Do not chase your passion that hard that you're eating Maggi or ramen forever. But you need to balance it out, and you need to understand what is going on relevant in the market. Talk to different HRs, talk to different alumni of yours who are working in different companies. Do not take one number as the benchmark. Make sure you talk to different other people, at least 10 people, to understand what's the average of the market. That's when you are going to do a good pitch to an HR, when you are applying for a job, or a manager, when you are interviewing for a job. Got it? Any other questions, or we can call it a wrap? All good? Okay. All right, we have a last social media championship that we do in every college. You can probably take a quick picture and post it on LinkedIn. Do tag Cheryl and me. Again, the one with the most engaging and the creative content, just like the way it happens in Instagram, will definitely get a good swag from us. We'll ship it out to your address. So that's how it is. You can use those hashtags. Just take a quick photo of this for the hashtag, and I'll give you a photo to post in the LinkedIn. I'll leave it for 1 minute. Done? I don't see doing anything on this front 2 lines. Have you taken the photos? Awesome. Okay. These are our QR codes for our social media channel. We'll pass it through the coordinators if you have any WhatsApp groups or such. You can probably do it. you can probably use this to post in LinkedIn. Just take a quick photo if you want. Okay, let me know when it's done. Give a thumbs up, say yes or something. Done? I don't hear. You guys are pretty sleepy or pretty silent, yeah. First time I'm in an IIT who is like this silent. Are you done? Are you done? Awesome. See, as Cheryl mentioned, right, you guys are about to enter corporate. Speaking up is the basic and the first thing that you can do. So if you're entering a meeting, make sure you know the agenda and you're there to speak up or at least contribute to it. It's your visibility, your growth, right? So please take this as a lesson and apply it when you start entering a corporate, any sort of company, right? Okay, just last action item, I promise this is over. Please scan it and share your feedback. We'd love to know you and your thoughts, how you felt about the entire session, and if we can do anything to probably improve, we will do that. You can scan it, do the feedback, and then probably you can push off, however is the process.